Anti-corruption efforts in Russia have been a thorn in the side of the Putin administration for quite a while. Protests against the corruption in the country have been occurring periodically. The latest protests, spread throughout 200 Russian cities, have been planned to coincide with Russia Day, a national Russian holiday that celebrates the declaration of sovereignty from the Soviet Union. The protesters are using the slogan, "We want answers," to demand that the Russian government account for lost and stolen funds. One of the protesters shared their reason for attending the demonstrations. We want to change the situation that has come about where the power belongs to a group of bandits that is stealing money. And I think they are only pursuing their own interests and not those of the people. And I would want to change the situation so that those people interested in supporting the public and doing something for the public, not only for themselves, come to power. Russian police presence has been high all over the country, but that hasn't stopped people from going out and opposing what they call the bandit regime in the Kremlin. Many of the protests feature a giant yellow rubber duck. The duck symbolizes corruption of the Russian elite, namely a reaction to Russian Prime Minister Dmitry Medvedev's duck pond that he had built using public funds for one of his many mansions. In Moscow, Alexei Navalny, a prominent critic of the current Kremlin regime, was arrested moments after leaving his apartment door. His wife, on Twitter, wrote that he was taken by Russian security forces in the hallway of his apartment building. Navalny changed the location of the protest to Tverskaya Street in Moscow shortly before he attempted to leave his apartment. 400 protesters are said to have been detained in Moscow alone, with 300 in St. Petersburg and over 20 in Vladivostok. Russian security presence has been heavy-handed, with multiple documented instances of brutality and beatings. Despite these difficulties, the youth of Russia who attend these meetings describe why they risk it. Multi-billion-dollar corruption schemes which destroy the Russian economy. We, young people, don't like it. Young people are the most politically active, and we are trying to protect the rights of those people who don't go to these rallies, but watch TV, news on the state-controlled Russia Channel 1. These Russian protesters have come out because they have greater fears than the Russian security services. I am scared because I can lose my job, because I express what I want. I am scared because the number of students in universities is being cut, jobs are being cut. And I am scared because many people paid from the federal budget, like teachers and doctors, get very little money. Russian state media has completely ignored the tens of thousands of Russian citizens protesting the rampant corruption of the government. Alexei Navalny remains in custody, and law enforcement agencies have not confirmed his status.